I am understanding more and more every day the connection between stilling the mind and discovering the self. I am feeling stagnated. I am experiencing very much difficulty in keeping the mind quiet. The mind absolutely does not want to stop thinking. It seems that I need to make an effort to not to think. At times, though I do experience brief moments of thoughtlessness where I am only aware of awareness, then I think, who am I? And nothing happens. My awareness awaits for something to surface, but nothing does. The only other sense I have during that moment is that there is foreign entity or presence lurking in the background. Papa, can you tell me if this is the true self or just a trick of the mind? If this is just mind, can you guide me in experiencing the real thing? Joyce. So, my dear Joyce, all what you write about are the tricks of the mind.
Good.
All. Because you have not understood what the mind is. And when you don't, then you are in trouble always by the mind. It can play tricks and appear anything. And you will see it's a reality. So all are tricks of the mind. Now, how not to be cheated by the mind? There is one thing that you have to do and you have not mentioned it. And that is simply keep quiet and don't make effort. You are always, what you mention is making effort. But you are requested not to make any kind of effort and keep quiet. And if you ask me how, I will tell you not to think. If you ask me how not to think, then I will suggest find out where the thinking arises from. Means where the thought arises from. You turn your face towards that, not the object of the mind, but from where the mind arises from. And there's no difference between mind and thought. Mind is bundle of thoughts. And to find thought, who will find? Again you should ask. I have to find. There's no difference between thought and I. I rises, thought rises. Thought rises, mind rises. Mind rises, the senses rises. And senses rise, they produce objects of their respective relativity. Eyes to see, nose to smell a flower, ear hear music, tongue taste, hand touch. So now these are the objects that the senses are seeing. So senses and the objects are the same. When senses are there, objects are there. Now you have to return back slowly where the senses arise from. From mind. Objects, senses, mind. Where the mind arises from. Ego. And no difference between mind and ego. And the ego, where does the ego rise from? means I. I rises, ego rises, mind rises, senses rises, objects rise. Now where does this I rise from? That you have not stated. Look towards the place where I will just rise from. Pick it up. And when you do, you will merge into that place where I rises and I will disappear. And that situation is yet undescribed by anyone, any teacher, any preacher, any religious book or sutra of the Buddha. He has not described.